I'm Jeannette Pierce. I'm with D-hive, and I'm the Director of Community Relations. I'm a lifelong Detroiter, so I've lived in the city proper my entire life, except for college, basically. I've been living downtown for almost 10 years, and haven't driven to work in that amount of time. I got rid of my car about a year ago, walk everywhere, and love it more than anything. After living here my whole life, I was absolutely amazed at what I didn't know. I was seeing things in a whole new light, walking places and noticing details and restaurants and meeting people. And the more I knew about Detroit, the more I loved it. And I thought people really need to know these things. And so a friend and I started an organization called Inside Detroit, where that's what we did. We taught people about what Detroit had to offer them, but from an insider's perspective. So we introduced them to the guy at the bar, the bartender, the owner, told the story behind the small business. And that has now grown into D-hive, where we offer information on jobs and residential, with small business classes, retail, welcome center tours, and a lot of other stuff. So we're basically your one-stop shop for anything that people want to know about living, working, or engaging in Detroit. D-hive was, one of those brainstorming, everyone's throwing out different ideas, and we wanted something that really symbolized the hub, or the air traffic control center that we really are. And then Dan Gilbert really liked it, so that kind of cemented it right there. People should move to Detroit because you get all of the big city amenities. Like, I can walk to 130 bars and restaurants, and that's everything from Cuban, German, Thai, Greek, rock and roll, jazz, blues, cheap beer, martinis, you name it. I can walk to the second largest theater district in the country. We have over 13,000 theater seats, opera, Broadway, concerts. And then 3 major sports stadiums, the Lions, Tigers, and Red Wings, all within a 5-minute walk. No other city has that, where you can live and literally I can hear the stadium from my apartment, be there in 5 minutes, and it's really, really exciting, all these big city things. Not to mention the international riverfront and parks, but lots of cities you can go back and forth on that. The best part is that you have all those things, but I know the owners of the restaurants and bars and shops. I know my neighbors, and you have a sense of community here in Detroit that you don't get in other places that are also a big city. So really, the best way to sum it up, why Detroit, is because Detroit is big enough to matter in the world, but small enough where you can matter in it. When you have corporations like U-Haul investing in the community, it has a huge impact. And similarly to why I think Detroit's a great place, the big city, small town, that you can make a difference, I'm sure U-Haul's in a lot of cities. And I don't know how many of them are going to be as appreciative as Detroit, and how much we need to have a service like U-Haul here. And taking a beautiful old building and restoring it and making it vibrant again in an up-and-coming neighborhood will have an impact not just on that neighborhood, but throughout the entire city. And I'm really excited to have you guys joining us. Well, as someone who is looking to move, actually, in the next few months, that is definitely one of the needs that comes up, is that where can you rent storage trucks from, or how can you move? And there's a lot of people moving in, plus we have major universities that I think will really benefit from having U-Haul services. There's a lot of need here for those types of things because people have forgotten about us for so long, but they're going and finding other companies outside of the city. And so as we see companies moving in, they're actually hugely successful. The Home Depot in Detroit is the highest grossing in the entire Midwest district, not just Michigan, but the Midwest. And we're starting to see that if people take a chance, companies, it's not really even taking a chance. If they actually get to know the city, that they find that they can be successful and help the community. And as Dan Gilbert, who is kind of the king of corporate stuff around here, says, you can do well by doing good. They're not mutually exclusive. And I think that's what U-Haul coming to the city is all about. I would just add, kind of a check out dhivedetroit.org, and if you have any questions or if anybody needs anything from restaurant recommendations to what's this neighborhood like to where should I send my kids to school to, hey, I just want to be in Detroit and I need a job, we're here for all of that. And we hope to see you soon.